Today we are here with Barbara to speak about skin. Skin, DNA, what is the science behind it, and how exactly you came with an idea of measuring DNA skin and come up with this personalized special products. Tell us a little bit more about it. And I'm here actually to make my swap. And I am finally ready. I'm very excited to see what my skin is lacking and what is has enough, let's say. So tell me a little bit more, how you come with this idea of DNA?
I'm a bioengineer by training, so I studied DNA, genetics, biotechnology, and I learned a lot about what information the DNA entails. And it was only until the moment I started doing my PhD in dermatology, where I saw how different skin, how every skin behaves differently, that I put two and two together. So I said, okay, every skin is so unique, behaves so differently, 60% comes from the DNA. So I started digging into the DNA, and I had the idea of making a very personalized and individual approach for every person, because every skin is so unique, and that is what I was actually suffering from myself as well. I had acne skin. I was trying many different brands, many different advices, many different products, and nothing was really improving my skin, until I thought, okay, what works for one person doesn't necessarily work for me. So I started applying the no-measure concept onto myself, and my skin started to improve. So that is the whole idea, how I then actually built further on this and launched my own brand.
So tell me a little bit more the science behind it, because I know DNA is this little kind of things.
It's your blueprint.
It's a blueprint, right? And the function, why it is important is because they help to produce proteins or something,
exactly.
Right? Or repair proteins.
So your DNA is like your barcode. It is a language that is translated into functional proteins. So every feature of yourself is pre-programmed in your DNA, like the color of your eyes, the color of your hair, curly hair or not. There is a certain code for it, and this code is read out and is produced into proteins that actually do the function. But it could be that due to genetic misprogrammation, there could be some mistakes in there. That means that the protein is not functioning as it should be. Where it should normally function 100%, it would only work 50%. You see? So that means that your body could use some support by adding extra of this protein, or by making the DNA not work harder, but to make sure that the gene expression levels that translate into proteins, that it comes back to the 100% level. Let's say it like this. So that is what we do with the skin as well. We look at certain skin biomarkers that are responsible for collagen household, for antioxidant production, and we see whether you have mutations or not. If you have mutation, that means it's not working 100%. So what we could do is then, by using the right cosmeceuticals, trying to influence the gene expression levels,
particular things,
things, so that we can bring the level up to 100%, or work on other biological pathway to compensate for it. But in either way, we will compensate for the defect you're having. So that's the idea.
These biomarkers is something like skin elasticity, rosacea, or something.
The skin biomarker in this case is the mutation. It's a single nucleotide polymorphism. So in your DNA, it's a code consisting of nucleotides. I'm not sure if you ever heard of it, but it's like A, G, C, and T. Those are the only 4 letters that your DNA consists of in a certain order. And so the scientists know what is the by default the right order of nucleotides. If you have a certain G where it should be a T, for example, they know this is a mutation. So these are the little variations in your DNA that we will look for, because we know if this is the nucleotide on that specific spot, it will result in an accelerated risk for aging, or an accelerated risk for dehydration, like these things. So that is what we learn from the DNA.
You find these mistakes.
You find them, you look for
and
the
then you
specific
translate them into the what does this mean?
and
right?
that does what does it mean? But also what is very important is your lifestyle. Yeah, you said it I think a little bit before. Like your lifestyle influences how the DNA will be expressed. So if you have genetic risks but living a very healthy lifestyle, it kind of balances out. You see what I mean? But it could also be that you have very good genes, but a very unhealthy lifestyle. This is also something that you will see on your skin. So what we take into account is not only the genetic biomarkers, but having an idea about the influence and how they relate to the DNA.
Is it like epigenetic?
Yes.
Called? Yeah, voilà. Hear that. And that was also the questions. When I take my DNA test, will you also tell me some, lifestyle advice as well?
So this is what we do. So we take saliva sample and we look at the SNPs that you were born with, of course, not the inherited genetic risk, but we also have a questionnaire. I want to know how do you live healthy, do you sports, do you smoke, what type of routine do you do, a lot of peelings, like a lot of hormonal effects, so a lot of extra external factors that have an influence on the skin. I would need to know as well, because we put 2 and 2 together. We just look at the DNA, we look at your lifestyle, and then we write a full report on what we will select in terms of ingredients for you. And so the result is that you get a totally personalized set of products with 2 products for the day, 2 products for the night. So a day serum, a day cream, a night cream, and a night serum. But the content of it, the inside, is your formulation. So we will explain why we're using this type of particular ingredients for which reason, based on your DNA.
Very interesting. Is it hereditary, the DNA? Is it like my mom can use my skincare? It depends also on the epigenetic, right?
Both. Yeah, exactly. So your mom is 50% of your DNA, your dad is the other 50%. So if your mom would do the DNA test and you do the DNA test, you will find similarities, but it's not 100% exactly the same. Unless you have a identical twin sister, those people are the only ones who have identical DNA. But indeed, like you said, where she lives, how she lives, it all has an influence. So your epigenetics also are taken into account to develop the products.
So interesting. And tell me about like personalized and customized skincare. What is the difference? This is a personalized, right? It's personally, especially made for me.
Yes. Here we use the biometric data, the DNA data as a basis to develop the products, and your DNA is your most objective advisor. So it doesn't lie, it doesn't change, so that is the starting point. Customization is basically where you give input yourself. Like this, if it would only be a questionnaire, that would be customized.
Got it.
It's still subjective because you fill out the answers. If you tell me I don't smoke, but you do smoke, it's subjective, but this is very objective, and this comes from the core, from within, from your DNA. So this is why this is more personalized than what customized brands do.
It's so interesting. Like the more I learned about it, DNA and personalized skincare, the more things I realized how I use a skincare until now. Like very often it's like the package looks good, it smells very nice. It has amazing ingredients. I like turmeric, I like ginger, and I buy because I like the ingredients. Maybe I don't really need all of this expensive.
Because you just said yourself
a lot, by the way, and it is a beautiful thing to discover new skincare. I have to say, I think women, we are guilty of that. We just want some new shiny things and new smell and things like that. But I feel that the personalized skincare also kind of solving another big trend in the beauty industry, which is in addition to personalizations, is sustainability.
Absolutely, because you buy less, you buy more targeted, more because your skin needs it. And you don't have to buy 10 skincare products. Basically, this is what has been taught by the marketing industry, your skin can only absorb like a sponge. When it's saturated, it's saturated.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you apply 5 or 10 layers, it doesn't absorb it anymore. So it's better to go for less, but very targeted. Like you said yourself, your skin can regenerate itself very quickly. I mean, you cut yourself, your skin can do a lot. So a lot of people are not aware of this, and they just apply ingredients, but the skin won't do anything with it because
you need to know
there's
the ingredients.
Voila, you need to know
yeah.
where are your defects in order to supply the skin with exactly those ingredients. So that's what we do. So now you probably buy skincare products, you pay for ingredients that your skin won't need or won't use.
Yeah, because like the question, then the more I was thinking about it, then I was thinking like the question we should ask ourselves is like, why we buy the skincare?
Mm-hmm.
Is it for the discovery and having fun with trying different things? Is it like for the packaging, to have the beautiful packages fits into the design of your bathroom sometimes?
Yeah.
No, I'm guilty of that, especially perfumes, by the way.
First emotion is the emotional purchase, I think, still.
Still a lot
of brands also play upon that, and then the second is the rationale.
Yeah,
we should flip it. We
should
first go
behind the emotional.
We should first see, okay, what is scientifically proven, and one very, very quick way to discover if skincare brands know what they're doing is look at the packaging. If the packaging is airtight, like not in contact with oxygen and UV light, you just said it yourself, oxygen and UV light are the most damaging factors, not only for your skin but for everything.
I've learned it
for your food, for your cosmetic ingredients. So protect it. A jar, transparent bottles, it doesn't make any sense. It will oxidize. The activity of your ingredients will stop working. So if you really want to select a skincare brand that knows what they're doing, look at the packaging. So and then you can already rule out a lot of them.
So it should be not see-through, right?
Not see-through, and it should not be open jar. It should be airtight. So that means you cannot screw it off. It should be pump system. It should be tight. Like everything should be tight. That way you can also formulate with less preservative systems, because it's more. If you would open a jar every day, the contamination with the bacteria on your fingers, in order for it not to be contaminated, there has to be a lot of preservative system in the cream. You don't want that because it damages your microbiome.
Yeah.
So that is just one tip. But then you understand. Okay.
Yes,
I think more than 50%. You can already skip from what you see on the shelves.
Absolutely, really. I never pay attention to it really, but I will right now. Yeah, for sure. Tell me a little bit more about your packaging, actually, because like sustainability is a big thing, and of course by simply not overusing too many different products, we are already releasing the planet from all these extra bottles and jars and all this stuff. But I see that you have a beautiful stand made from marmor, right? But what is about this plastic? Is it like recyclable? What is your sustainability strategies?
It's recyclable and it's made out of recycled materials as well. When the package is empty, it becomes like super thin.
Really? Because it's so full.
Yeah, now it's full.
Yeah.
Sorry. But when it's empty, it's like a toothpaste tube. It becomes as thin as this.
Okay.
So again, compared to a jar or compared to a big plastic container, in terms of waste, it's much less.
Yeah.
In terms of your routine, you have 4 products. We don't create products just to create products. That's not our philosophy. And indeed, the marble stand is like the keep forever concept. So you can replace what's missing, and you know that
this is heavy. It keeps very well, right?
Yeah. It's a stone. It's like the 2 products in the morning made for you, 2 products in the evening made for you, and it's also peace of mind to know that it's designed for you.
Yeah.
And whenever something changes in your lifestyle, for example, which can, like it could be that you're on medication or in your menopause or whatever has an influence on your skin, we will adapt the products.
This was my second question.
Yeah.
Was like, do I take like another DNA test? How often?
Your DNA won't change. Like
okay.
the color of your eye doesn't change.
Do I take another lifestyle? Okay. How often? Like after the first?
It depends. Like if you feel that there has been
changes.
Mm-hmm. It could be the climate. It could be winter. Mm-hmm. Winter is cold outside, but you turn out the heating inside and it dries out your skin. A lot of people suffer from dry skin only in winter. It doesn't mean that genetically they have dry skin. It's just the external environment. So some of our clients have like a winter cream and then a summer cream which we switch then again.
Can you do like if I'm going for the sunny destinations for vacations, I can say
extra SPF,
extra. I need something with extra SPF, things like that.
So then we adapt it. Yeah,
that's a good news that you do just one test because it probably is like, what is it cost? You know how much it's cost. And
today we're selling the Nomish package. So today we're selling it as a DNA test, analysis, and the 4 creams that last for 4 months. In the future, as from early 2023, we will do it separately. So that you could
once you did it once and you want to repeat again.
You don't have to. Exactly. And we would offer the DNA test separately, and you could buy the product separately.
4 months. It's impressive. You know, that looks so little.
It's 50 ml. These are 50 ml, 30 ml, and because it's a pump system, it's easy to dose.
How many?
You don't one. Okay. It depends on if you want to do everything, maybe 2.
Whole body.
On your body. But if it's then normally 1 is enough.
And what is the price for the?
$4.99.
$4.99.
Yeah, for the whole package.
4 months, so it's like 100 something.
Yeah, 100 per month for 4 products. Which is €25 per product per month. So if you would buy the product separately, it ranges from €85, which is the, let's say, cheapest one, and 139, which is the more expensive one, and the other 2 are in between.
I mean,
so it's on average €100. Yeah, it's bespoke, it's customized, and you get the full DNA report, which is like a compass for you. It helps you guide, like, these are the things I should do, I shouldn't do, also in terms of treatments, what is good for your skin, what is not good for your skin, and how we would make the product.
I'm excited. I would really like to try. You know, I have to tell you that more I learn about it, you know, my conclusion was, you know, then it's a skincare which is good for you, which is good for our planet, and good for my wallet in the end of the day. Since like if this is the all investment I have to do for the
it's easy for you to say no to all the rest.
Yes.
And it's much more easy.
It's not easy, but
no, but once you understand why you need certain ingredients, a lot of our clients tell us, for me it's much more easy to step into a store right now and say, no, sorry, I have my DNA report, I know exactly what I need, I don't need this. I just come from a lip balm or for whatever hair products, but you don't have to sell me anything else. It helps them to say no to all the sales talks.
Exactly, and so it definitely like good for your wallet
and peace of mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm super excited. Yeah, so let's try it.
Okay,
let's do it.
You want to do it right now?
What is that?
That's our sunscreen. We have an extra, so although we have an SPF in the day product, it won't protect you all day.
I see.
So this is to take on the go. You know, in your purse, whenever it's a sunny day, you need to reapply every 2 to 3 hours anyways. So instead of using your day cream every time, we have like a mineral sunscreen.
Yes,
which is better for the environment.
You know, like it's safety ingredients, all these things. I hope you have this check
the boxes.
Yeah, I mean, and it makes sense because like in the winter here in Belgium, it's quite dark sometimes. So you
but we don't need it that much.
You don't need it.
But
you know? But I'm
going on holidays soon, and then of course I need it.
Yeah. So it makes sense to have it like separate from the daily routine, right?
Yeah. Daily routine is your daily nutrition, and this is like the extra protection that you need throughout the day.
And
this will be something we will launch soon. It's a sneak peek. Eye patches.
Eye patches. So all it's takes for me actually is just to invest a little bit of time to learn about it. Because I heard about the personal skincare. I've been a little bit skeptical like some years ago. You was one of the first, right? You was one of the first. I'm here in Belgium, and I was thinking like, I got a tip from Iryna Barbalova, our common friend from Euromonitor International, who said that you are looking for the all biggest innovations. You need to watch this brand. And that was a little bit early, I think.
Yeah,
you know?
I remember
It was
we
quite
had a call,
early.
and then the
talk.
COVID happened.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I know we talked early 2020.
Yeah, and I was like, yes, I should do it, but then COVID, and we get so
I remember
busy.
you had very skeptical questions.
Little bit,
We
yeah.
didn't know each other.
Yeah.
I remember, but
Yeah.
I'm happy with skeptical people, because if I can convince those people, which always works.
Exactly.
Because we have also, I didn't mention it, but we have a clinical study, a published one, where we show that if you go for a very targeted approach versus more generalistic approach, you have 5 times better results.
For me, I really need to see like as I start getting into these biohacking things, I find that if somebody tells me like, this is good for you, just this is good for you, that doesn't work for me. It's just like going in one area, coming out through the other ones.
Yeah.
But if I hear about clinical studies,
Yeah.
and exactly what has been done and how many people have been tested and what's the results, then it really makes sense. It's really like convinced me, and this is the only way for me to understand the things.
Yeah, also for it.
So
the clinical result is what you need.
We really need to spend a little bit more time in education. Sometimes we are so shallow, we just don't want to go into the complicated. For me, the personalized skincare in the beginning it's too complicated, and
Really?
it feels like, I don't know, does it work really? Is it like a new gimmick, or is it really like? But then when I learned about the science behind it, and all these genes and repair mechanism and how exactly it's happening,
maybe we should elaborate more on that, on the science, and maybe should communicate more instead of just saying personalization.
For sure.
Yeah,
I think we should
get
do some more like very like small, very special
more pieces of content on science,
including like studies.
Yeah.
Mentioning the studies, what has been done and what has been found.
What are the outcomes? Yeah.
This is the way to communicate with me for sure.
Yeah.
And maybe there's some more people who need to like more convincing like that. Yeah. So shall we do it?
Shall we do it?
I'm doing it.
Voila.
So
inside of your cheek,
like other.
Yeah. And I will. It's like half a minute like this, and on the other side, maybe I will time it. And then now you cannot talk. Now it's very quiet on the podcast. Iryna's not talking.
Walking around. Inside or outside of the teeth?
It doesn't matter. You just need to have a little bit of collection of the cells from the inside, the buccal cells. A little bit of saliva.
I think.
You will have it, I think. You've done it before, a DNA test, right?
Yes, I did. No, I did spitting. I've done some biohacking things. I found out that I'm 4.5 years biologically younger than I am. Hello! Longevity tips. But I want to do more lifestyle changes, so I get 10 years.
Now you want to know.
Biologically younger.
If you could freeze that moment now, and as you age, and you can keep the biological age, then you will be 10 years younger.
Because biological age is not about like getting, but actually if you are biologically younger, then it means that you also look younger. I have heard some tests and results, people were doing like biological age of people, and they made the pictures, and they ask independent people, like ask you, how old do you think this person? So they find that the biological age corresponds to the younger looking people.
Okay.
So it's really like speaking about lifestyle changes, right? So it's very, very important also for the skin and for everything. But my skin needs a little bit of elasticity. I think I get the idea. Maybe vitamin C, maybe vitamin A, retinol, but I am not really sure. Like I know it's good. Everybody is doing it, and I think it's good. But maybe
it's not because everybody's doing it that it's necessarily good.
Yes,
it's not because it's a hype.
And this is
that
how
you jump on it. But that's how people buy.
I need like retinol. I need vitamin C.
And then they start to experiment, and sometimes it ends up as a disaster because it's not suited for their skin. So we will tell you exactly what you need.
We will tell you exactly what you need. Thank you so much, Barbara. It was an amazing story. It's very interesting to talk to you. I do like to take it a little bit more in depth, maybe for the next talk.
Absolutely.
And
maybe when you have your DNA reports, we can go through it together. together.
Yes.
I will explain you why,
Exactly.
and I'll explain you the science.
And actually, this is exactly what I think we missed in these conversations. You know,
Yeah.
like, okay, what's wrong with my DNA, or what mistakes my DNA had, and how
then
we translate it.
Once we
Yeah.
have it,
Yeah.
we go through the DNA and the
Part
lifestyle.
2 is coming
Part
up.
2, and then we can get more in depth.
Thank you so much for taking your time. You know, in
Welcome.
your beautiful
Always.
office here in Belgium. I'm lucky that I'm here, not too far from you, and had the opportunity to meet with you personally. And yeah, stay tuned for another episode of Beauty Biohacks with Barbara Gossens.
Bye.
Bye.